a good one. That was it. That's it, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. They can run, but they can't hide. Well, hello guys. Welcome back to Big R Outdoors. Thank y'all for clicking on my channel. Today we are finally back at the lake. Oh, it's beautiful up here. It is a beautiful sight. It is toward the end of spring. We're in the middle of May. We're going to do some fishing. We are going to do some fishing. I got something for y'all though. We bought something. I guess you could say dream boat. We finally got it. Here goes one of the neighbors. We bought a dream boat. I want y'all to check this out. Bada! Look at this right here. 21-foot Camus, loaded out. Power poles, 250 Merc, two big Humminbird 12s that I'm gonna have to learn because I've been a ranch man forever. We have finally got us a fishing machine. That is a big rig right there. If y'all follow me and seen a couple videos that we got to do with my boy fishing in the high school tournaments, we've been fishing out of that aluminum boat. Still got that boat, still got it. I'm not giving that boat up. Now we got a show enough bass rig. And today in this show enough bass rig, we just put it to the test. Alright, had some minor difficulties. I'm in the truck now. We headed to the boat ramp. We got a little boat ramp down here in our subdivision truck beeper. But hey, last video I made, been a while. Cooked the brisket. We talked about our bathroom got flooded and messed up. So thank you. Talked about the bathroom getting flooded, getting messed up. We're not done with it yet. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We're waiting on some stuff to come in, but I got the wife's blessing to come up here for a couple days. Hey, I told her, I said, look, them bluegills on beds and bluegills is spawning. So we got to go catch them. I'm up here by myself right now. My dad, he'll be here tomorrow. We're probably gonna go back and video that too, but that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna come out here by ourselves and get this boat off this trailer. Man, the water is up. But we're gonna go see if we can find some bluegills on some beds. See what we can't catch. Y'all stay tuned. I know one thing, we have got some high water. We're on Toledo Bend. If y'all just tuning into my channel, we have a camp up here on Toledo Bend. I fished Toledo Bend. That's pretty much the lake I fished. I had a few of them tournaments that we fished. They was over there on Rayburn from my boy. But man, something is going off. Beeping. But we fish Toledo Bend. I know this lake pretty good. This time of year they bring the water level up. It's a, you don't know, Toledo Bend, it's one of the largest man-made lakes in North America, and it is a generating lake for electricity. Have a dam on it, and they usually around the winter time, about the fall, they drop this lake down to about 168 to 169. Something about by law they can't get below 168 unless they have to do work on the dam every so many years, but they drop it down about 168, try to hold it 168, 169, and then they bring it back up after winter, when spring starts coming in, spring and summer, they get it up there. 171-ish is where they try to hold it. Full pull is 172, and I'm pretty sure we are definitely full pull today. It's good and it's bad. It's good if you're bass fishing for sure, because you got a lot of I don't know if you can see that over there, but you got like a lot of cypress trees underneath. You got a lot of shade, you got a lot of cover, and you'll also have like a lot of grass that has been on the bank coming in the spring from the lake about 170-ish. You get a lot of grass growing, and then bass, when the lake gets up to 172, then bass get up in that lake, up in that grass, you know, and build beds. Y'all know, if you know how to bass fish, you got it. But let me tell y'all something about bluegill. Bluegill don't like that. Bluegill, panfish in general, on this lake, well, we're talking bluegill, shell crackers. We got them long ears. I think those are pumpkin seed brim. But that's what we're after. That's what I'm fishing for. Bluegill love hard banks. They love hard bottom. So you got this grass up in 2 foot of water where you like to be able to see the beds and you can spot fish them. It's going to be hard to find them. I mean, it could be good or bad, because you do find one stretch of good solid bank, and you're going to probably find a pile of them at one spot, whether it be spread out, you know. But I'm thinking we're probably going to be finding them a little lower. But that's the key, is searching for hard clay bottoms, rocky bottoms, like little pebbles, not hard rock, not just solid boulders. I mean, we're gonna find them. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite spots that I've been going to for years, and it's actually back a few years ago. Me and a buddy of mine, we brought our boys, and if they hadn't wanted to go swimming, I should have been doing YouTube back then. They were a little smaller, it's probably 4 or 5 years ago, and we put a whooping on them. In this one spot we went to, we brought in 117 of them big bull brim. And there's no, I know some of y'all, 117, we can only keep 10 up there in the Carolinas or whatever. Down here in Texas, ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. We'll talk about that later, but we're fixing to open this bad dude up. We're gonna get to the fishing hole. All right, y'all. Apparently we've had a massive takeover of grass in Toledo Bend. This might be harder. I know it's gonna be harder. It's where I'm at right now. I have usually caught them just all down this bank, right around there, like a point right here. I have just murdered them all right here and everything, but there is so much grass. Basically what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna troll, maybe catch a break in this grass till I find them. You ain't gonna be able to throw nothing down that grass. I know a few spots that's got hard bottoms. There's an old road bed that comes out of the woods over here. That's where I always get them, but I'm gonna go there first. But it looks like it's going to be, it's gonna be, we're gonna be in a hunt. We're gonna be hunting. But hey, I'm old bluegill master. They can run, but they can't hide. Oh man. A lot of times what I like to do when I'm searching, which y'all probably just seen that, there's a lot of grass in here, but I'm trying to look for bluegill beds. Always bring a bass rod with you. A lot of these bass have done spawned and they're moved out deeper, but there's gonna be some hung up in here. And that's what just happened. I got this old ribbit frog. And that dude just smoked it. He wasn't huge. He might have about a pound, but it would have been fun. That's what I do. That's a little pro tip. when you're searching bluegill beds, and there is a lot of grass out here, and they're just right under it. But get you this, get a little soft plastic like a fluke, like a jerk fluke, maybe like a Texas rig, a Cinco, something like that. Just pop it along this grass like that. But that old ribbit frog right there, here on Big T-band, it's pretty good stuff. And that's what I'm talking about right there, folks. Look at that old ribbit. Good old bass. He ain't huge. Always got to have a game plan. Yes, we are bluegill fishing. That ain't no doubt. But hey, when you come across a bass every now and then gill fishing, that's fun. Okay, y'all, this cove right here I pull up on, this used to be my hot spot on Toledo. This was the place we caught the 117 bluegills off of it with our boys. I used to pull up on this old road bed and just go to murdering brim off this thing. I guess the past few years, with the water level being as high as it is, the grass just, it overtakes it. And it's just, every year it's just less and less perch going up in there to spawn. I don't know why, but last year I had a hard time. I caught a few off of it last year, and the year before that it's just slowly declining. And it's sad, because that was my number one spot right there. I mean, I caught a few off of it, but I used to pull up on it and have 20 fish in 10 minutes. I mean, and it could have been too, I seen some bass cruising around, and that's where I caught that bass off that frog. But I seen some more bass cruising around, and they could have been eating them as well. So, and it might be a high fished area now for bluegill. I have seen a few guys there in the past in there catching bluegill, but that right there just, I guess got to find me a new hot spot. So I think I caught 3 good ones off of it, a long ear, a shell cracker, and 1 decent bluegill. But I had to load up and get out of there and had to go find me something else. I just afraid that cove right there, my good old honeycomb hole, is just played out. There he is. Oh, that's a good one right there, y'all. That's a good bull, Bream. Look at it. That's a good one. That's a good one. That is a good one. So I caught it over here. I don't know if there's beds down there. I really can't tell. The wind right here is pretty brutal. It is blowing me all over the place. I seen a couple when I would go to pull up. They were chasing it. Oh, there he was right there. There might be beds down there. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Yeah, that's a good fish. That's a shell cracker. Get that shell cracker right there, y'all. Golly. Look at that. Oh, almost lost him. That's a good fish. I just can't tell what's down there. It's just the way this wind is bad, and there might be beds. I might be sitting on beds. There's one over in that grass. He's a little bit smaller, but I think he's a keeper. Like I say, as long as he's the size of your hand. Stay in here. Yeah, he's a little small. I'm gonna throw him back. I call him over here. It's got another bite. I think there's one on there. Yep. There might be some beds over there, y'all. Ooh. See how they going in that grass? Yeah, that's a good fish right there. Look at that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a big old fat one. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna try to get up in there a little deeper. Let that wind. Drift me. And I'll pole down. They might be further back off in here. You won't know till you start venturing off in it. There's one right there. He had it the whole time too. He's pretty decent. Okay guys, I'm gonna try something. I wanted to try the earthworms because it's hard to beat earthworms fishing. But I found these at a bait store. This is gulp crickets. Gulp makes a gulp live earthworm. But hey, you can catch them on crickets too. I don't really use live crickets because I've had that thing fall over before, and OMG, crickets go everywhere and I just can't do it. But this is supposed to be like real crickets. They say this is some good stuff. I know the gulp alive stuff for saltwater fishing works great. I got a couple of gills coming to the top of the water. So I want to try this. It's kind of was going to be one of my experiments today. It kind of smells like those power baits. But I want to see, you know, the little crappy nibble power baits. I think that's what Berkeley makes that too. Yeah, they do. But I want to try this just to see. And they might work. They might not work where we're at, because like I say, the water right here, the way this wind is blowing, it's pretty freaking muddy in here. But there's some big ones right in there. There's got to be beds in there. That's a good fish. God, no, yeah, that's a good one. That was it. On the cricket. On the cricket. On the cricket. There it is. Big old long gear. Look at that, folks. Wow. On the cricket. Oh, and he just come off. He just come off. That's a big fish. Come here, guy. Oh, come here, guy. That's a good fish right there, guys. On the cricket. Look at that. Y'all look at that. Y'all, there's some big fish down there. I think he's got it. No? That one does. I tell you, that's a gill right there. Another one on the cricket. Look at the back off that joke. Got his tail. Oh man, it's about to be game on. So y'all just sit back and enjoy this. Golly. That's a freaking stud right there. That is a stud. Bluegill. Look at here. Good night. That's it, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. That is freaking massive. This is what it's about. This is what it is about. Golly. Man, they fight. Check this out. God. Another one. It's bigger than my face. Y'all, that's a freaking stud. There's a lot of little ones kind of up toward the surface. And if you don't know this, if you're not a skilled gill fisherman such as myself, hey, it comes with time, you know. That's all it does. It just comes with time, like everything else. A lot of times, it's about 3 foot down there. A lot of times, them little ones, they'll get used to that worm hitting the top of the water, and they'll run up there and they'll hit it, and then bigger ones will stay lower. You know, when I first pulled up here, it hit the water. Everything was coming to it, but them bigger ones, they was getting to it faster and just murdering that worm, or that cricket. When I started on was a cricket, but now they're kind of settling on the bottom, and them little ones is coming up and coming up. So I'm going to put the old drop shot back on, try to get that worm down there, because what's going to happen is that when it hits, the little ones are going to run up there, and that thing's going to sink below them, be down on that big one level, and they'll start catching. You kind of got to trick these fish. Then eventually the little ones will figure it out, and they'll start going down low, and you got to get them to come back to the top again. But hey, just stay back and watch. You'll see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, begging. Look at that. Man. That. Another long-eared stud. Alright guys, I'm really just kind of cruising. I've come to a whole new location. Where I was at was real murky. And I was just kind of really just cruising, throwing a bass rig, to be honestly, because the water down here is pretty clear, and I could see if there were gill down there. And I just threw this bass rig, it's a brush hog, and had a pretty big gill come at it. So I'm going to try to catch that. And when I bent down to get the worms, I looked down, there was a bass and a bluegill about the size of that bass. It was a small bass, but right below my boat. I don't see beds, but water clarity down here is a whole lot better where I was at. Let me see if that's a little guy. Let me see if I can get up in there where that big one was at. There he is. Got it. Well, that ain't the big one. The big one just missed it. Well, that's a freaking decent size. Look at there. Look at there. butter. That's it. That's a little butter fish. Well, he's buddy, but he ain't a keeper. I've run into some bluegills, but they just small bluegills. That is a shell cracker, baby. That's a shell cracker. Ain't big enough. Yeah, they just ain't big enough. Gill. Man, I've done caught. Man, they just ain't big enough. Man, what are we doing, guy? Oh, that might be a little decent fish. Yeah, that's it. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. There we go. Finally, we finally got one. That mouth's just thick. That's a lot better, folks. That's what we got. Man, I am just tearing fish to pieces in here. That's a keeper. That's a good keeper, long gear right there. See them long gears right there? What we'll call them long gear. Got him. Got that bad boy. Now this dude may be about 13. Let me show you how to make a fish look big. Come here, guy. Dog, why do they jump like that? Watch it. Here we go, boy. Boo! Look at that. Look at that. God almighty. Big. Alright, y'all. We back at the boat ramp. I don't know what is beeping. This thing been beeping all day. Can y'all hear that? Hope the GoPro picked that up. Been beeping all day. Well, guys, that's the day. Like I say, I got about 20 bluegill or 20 brim in there. Some gills, a lot of long gears. Caught a lot of long gears this evening. I'm at the boat ramp. I fish to load this big, brand new, bougie boat up. This thing is amazing, I'll tell you that. I freaking love this thing. Caneless. Hey, I got about 20 fish. Let's go clean these up and get me something to eat. Won't be long, it'll be dark, so. But hey, y'all stay tuned for the next one, because that's when me and old Dad is gonna be out there. You're not gonna wanna miss that one. That one's gonna be a treat. So, y'all stay tuned for the next one. Like I say, keep it bougie, people.